Welcome again to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully, God is being wonderfully beautiful, having beautiful moments in your life. Sorry about that. I'm just having a speech moment right now. Today is Freestyle Friday. Why am I calling it Freestyle Friday? Because of the fact that we just gonna have conversation. Anyway, God is good, and I'm a blessed man. That's all I can say. I'm a very blessed man, and that has nothing to do with monetary or nothing like that. It just have everything to do with overall in my life. I feel like I'm an extremely blessed man and unworthy of God's goodness, but yet He chose to extend it to me, and that's why I say I'm a blessed man. God is good, and give me a second, y'all. I'm just trying to fix something. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm trying to fix something. I like to use a screen over here because on this phone, the what do you call it? On this phone, a lot of times the words are not big enough for me to actually read, and I know that I'm gonna get a lot of people coming here. They're gonna, whatever, start talking crazy, criticizing me, calling me names. I love it. I really do. You know what I mean? God is good, and I ain't complaining. Hey, top to bottom, hair and skincare. God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Appreciate you showing up. Appreciate you showing up. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, and God is good. I've had to get up this morning, try to get myself together. I got a pain in my shoulder that's kicking my butt right now. So if I seem like I'm a little bit off, it's because there's pain over here. I think I might have pulled my shoulder out. I don't know. I mean, I know sometimes the weather affects your affects you physically, but it's this shoulder of mine is kicking my butt. So if I seem a bit off, that's where most of it is from, because I got I know sometimes the weather affects your shoulder, but for me, it's just like it's a hard. It's painful. It ain't the first time I've had this pain in my shoulder. I injured it years ago. Unfortunately, in a somewhat of a fight, somebody attacked me, and years ago, somebody attacked me, and I'm gonna say I blacked out, and I put my arm around his neck, and I literally tried to choke the person out, and that's what ended up happening. So ever since then, I've had issues with the shoulder. So every once in a while, this pain shows up, which is cool. It is what it is. I'll be all right. Cozy Bear, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. The reason why I call this Freestyle Friday, because I don't really have a particular subject. I don't have a particular subject, so I called it Freestyle Friday. So we can get into whatever. I mean, now if I don't particularly know about the subject, I'm gonna tell you straight up. No, I don't know. But Drat, yes, I am. I am a born again believer in Christ. To make that very, very clear. Sometimes people throw Christian around very loosely. So I want to make it clear that I am a born again believer in Christ. Christ is my Lord and my Savior. And yes, I have given my life to Him. Thank you, Sia. Thank you. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yes, I am. I'm not gonna say I'm a gun expert, but I love. I appreciate having my guns, and I love my Second Amendment, and I love what it brings. Yes, God is great. I've never used a SAR. I have personally. I have. Wait a minute. Actually, let me rethink that, because I've been to the range a lot, and some of the people that I know bring trying to think, do one of my buddies had a SAR? I'm not even sure, honestly, because I think somebody, I'm not exactly sure, but I think somebody that I went to the range with had actually had one, but I can't remember if it was true. So I can't really tell you. Honestly, I don't have an answer for that one. But I personally don't have a SAR. I have a what's your name? I have Smith and Wesson brand, and then I have what do you call it? Ruger. Um, yeah, and I have Ruger. But yeah, but I'm a gun person, and I'm like I said, today I'm just kind of laid back. I'm chilling. Hopefully y'all come in, hit the like button. Appreciate it very, very much. Um, hit the subscribe button. M16s are nice. M16s are nice. I haven't shot in this M16, but I was watching somebody else shoot one before. They had it at the range that I was at, but my personally, I have I got a 5.56. I have a 458 SOCOM. I have 12 gauge. I got some 9 mils. Um, I don't have a whole lot of arsenal, but I do have some decent stuff. Rest in peace, Robert Redford. I didn't know he died. I did not know he died. I know Vody died, and rest in peace to my brother Vody. I hope I'm saying his name right, but I didn't really listen to it. Yeah, I'm reading what's over here because it's hard for me to read this phone because it's too small. But American flag and guns, typical stereotype. What do you mean What do you mean by stereotype? I don't understand that. What do you mean by stereotype? I mean, yes, I love my country. I had no beef with nobody else's country, but I love my country and I love guns. So I love God first. I love my country and I love my guns. And I love my family. So I mean, I don't understand. And we always get the children in here. There's always some people that come in here with this 2-year-old stuff. Are you a Democrat? I used to be, and I am not no more. By far, no, whatsoever. And T.O., yes, Trump 2028. I don't know if Trump going to be able to run in 2028 based on his age. Plus, he's already done his second term. But in my hopes, is that maybe he'll come back in as a VP and someone else run as maybe either JD Vance or someone else win the election, and Trump just comes back in like as a VP, and that way he can still stay in there and help keep America going in the direction that it's going. And that's just my opinion. So Lee said, I like Joe Biden. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's who you like, ain't nothing wrong with liking Joe Biden. Ain't nothing wrong with liking Joe Biden. That's your choice. You have every right to like whoever you want to like. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't particularly have hate for no one. Um, I don't choose my I don't choose my vote based on who I like and I don't like. I choose it on qualified and not qualified. And unfortunately, Joe Biden, historically wise, wasn't qualified enough. Even though he won, and you clearly see what happened when he did. But top to bottom hair and skincare. Do I have a Desert Eagle? No, I do not have a Desert Eagle, but I'm probably going to get one eventually. Top to bottom hair and skincare. Do you think Vance is any good? All right, I'm probably going to piss off a lot of MAGA people with this, and I'm not solely sold. I'm not 100% sold on JD Vance, even though I went to a campaign when Trump picked him as a VP, and I actually stood in his presence, and I was actually, if you go back to my old videos, you can see I was there. I stood in his presence. Didn't get a whole lot of words in, but I'm not 100% sold on JD Vance. Now, somebody put in the chat Ron DeSantis. I'm probably leaning more towards Ron DeSantis than JD Vance. Now, I wasn't picking none of them over Trump. Unfortunately, they say what they want to say. I personally wasn't picking none of them over Trump. I was 100% bam on Trump. 100. But I like Ron DeSantis. I'm not saying I'm 100 on Ron DeSantis. I'm not saying that I'm against JD Vance, and I'm not saying that I'm for JD Vance. What I'm saying is that right now I'm laying back and I'm trying to evaluate who do I personally think is the best candidate before I decide exactly who I'm going. Because, of course, once I've decided who I'm going to vote for in the 2028 election, at that point, I'm going to campaign on my YouTube channel for that person. But I haven't actually decided yet. Oh, man. Yeah, so I haven't actually decided. And like I said, it ain't that. And somebody asked, "You like Trump?" Yeah, I like Trump. Honestly speaking, I grown to like Trump. I didn't really know a whole lot. I had to go dig and find out more about Trump. But after I gotten to find out more about him history wise, nobody's perfect, and I wasn't looking for perfection. But I found enough about him. I found enough out about Trump to understand that he was a decent person, and he was very well qualified. And then after looking back at the 4 years that he was in office, I wanted that back. So therefore, I'm good. Somebody said they see me with guns, so they unsubscribing as they speak. It's funny when I hear people talk about guns and they say, "Oh, you got guns." Here's the thing. And I know this is how ignorant a lot of people are as it relates to guns, right? I own guns, right? And I've never shot nobody. I never thought about shooting nobody. I don't think about that way. And I want y'all to hear what I'm saying, because a lot of times y'all look at people they look at the guns as if the gun is the enemy. Meanwhile, they never check the behavior of most of the people. Look it up. Listen, most of the places that Democrats run. Look how much they call, because I don't believe in gun violence. I don't think guns don't have a personality to be violent. So there's no such thing as gun violence, in my opinion. That's just a label that they try to throw on stuff. But here's my point to that. Look at all of the stuff that happens in Democratic ran cities of people getting murdered and shot because they think guns are for violence. This is what they think. Democrats are out there making them believe that when you have a gun, you're supposed to be violent. That's why they act like they act. And that's why they're shooting each other. Because for some reason, they relate guns to violence. I never think violent when I have my guns. I hope I never have to use them on anyone other in my life. And this is the idiocy. Like when the person said they're unsubscribing me because I have guns, as if I'm a violent person. Them guns don't dictate my personality. Them guns don't tell me what type of person I'm going to be and what I'm going to do. Guns don't make you violent. You make you violent. That's the stupid stuff that don't make sense to me. It's how stupid that is. That's why a lot of times in Democratic ran cities, the violence is off the roof because of the fact that they think guns and violence go together. But if you educate yourself and why we have guns and why you should have guns and not, you would realize that your right to keep and bear arms has nothing to do with hurting each other or shooting each other or killing each other. The right to keep and bear arms is actually the whole government in check. To protect yourself from government tyranny. And y'all using them for the wrong reasons. Y'all use them so much on each other that if the government was to come around and try to enslave y'all, y'all would have no way to defend yourself because y'all have a bunch of guns and ran out of ammo. Because y'all using it on each other. Guns is not intended for you to be violent. It's a tool that you use to protect yourself from somebody else that got bad intentions. You're not making sense. And this is the reason why a lot of time when people come up in these Democratic ran cities and these liberals that keep talking about, like they say, I'm subscribing because they have guns. I never hurt and killed nobody in my life. I never had no intentions. You think that somebody that's the logic that y'all have in your head. Y'all think, and y'all was raised to believe that if you have guns, you supposed to be violent. That's stupid. This is why they act like they act in Chicago. This is why they act like they act in Philadelphia. This is why they act like they act in Los Angeles and all these Democratic ran cities, because y'all keep preaching the wrong message. That's why every time y'all say gun violence, they take it as, if I got a gun, I'm supposed to be violent. That's why I tell people I don't believe in gun violence. There's no such thing. Guns don't have a personality to be violent. But y'all keep coordinating them both together, and then y'all wonder why y'all keep ending up with violence. Because y'all telling all your constituents and your communities, you should be gun violence. You have a gun, you're supposed to be violent. Y'all bringing it together, and that's why y'all got what y'all got. That's why y'all got what y'all got. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. I own plenty of guns, and I ain't never been violent. But this is the reason why y'all have the problem that they have in these type of cities, because they keep equating guns and violence as the same thing. Don't make no sense. That's why when you go to other places where they have just as many guns, probably more, but they don't talk that way, guess what you don't see? A whole lot of violence. People shooting and killing each other. It only happens where the ones keep talking about gun violence. And the same places where they keep making the people owning the gun complicated. Everyday, honest, hardworking citizens that's not violent, they're making it complicated for them to own a firearm. The criminals gonna get them. The wicked is gonna get them. The criminals are gonna get. They're gonna be what they're gonna be. But the one thing about a criminal, if they was met with every time they run across somebody and they already prepared for your stupidity, guess what criminals gonna do? They're gonna pick a new career. Why? Because every time they go to try to do something, somebody already ready for them. Vulnerability will make you a victim. In a lot of cases. And my thing is this. If you take out all of the Democratic ran cities with all of the gun violence that's actually happening, that they keep calling gun violence, America would be probably one of the most safest countries in the world. The death rate would drop dramatically when it comes to violence. And y'all keep thinking the gun is the problem. Now we're blaming the person. You go look at the criminal justice system and watch how many of the same people are being rotated in and out. In and out, in and out, in and out. Paige, you're absolutely right. So, DT, all the numbers, I'm not going to read them, but he said force should be met with equal and opposite force. Now, here's the thing. I ain't going to lie to you. If somebody decide they want to do something crazy and want to do something wicked, I ain't trying to be fair. I ain't going to lie to you. Once you made that decision that you want to cause me harm, or you want to go to that level, I ain't in the business of being fair. I'm not in the business of being fair. Because you already, here's my point. Somebody said to me, oh, somebody should not, let's say you go into a store and you go in there to steal something, right? Any store. And you go in there and you go there to steal. And they say, oh, you should not kill nobody. The owner shoots the person because they came in there to steal. Oh, you shouldn't kill nobody over some items that they steal from your store. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to see nobody die. I really don't. But as a thief, you should think there's a good, strong possibility that this person might not let you live through this. You made it worth it when you decided to go in there and steal it. That is always the problem. Don't say it ain't worth it taking somebody's life. Tell the idiot that intend to do it, it ain't worth you putting your life on the line for the possibility of getting killed trying to steal something. And Joshua said it right. If you value your life, don't sacrifice it for stuff that ain't worth your life. And that is the point that I'm trying to make. And here's the thing. The gun ain't doing nothing until the person that owns it picks it up and decides to do something with it. Guns don't have a personality. That is the reason why I say there's no such thing as gun violence. Violence is violence. That's it. Top to bottom hair and skincare. Anybody on this live, I want y'all to check this out. Top to bottom hair and skincare. Just so y'all know. I don't know if y'all know or not, but I'm going to let y'all know right now. The top to bottom hair and skincare store, they have a store, right? They on my live, they have a store. If you follow top to bottom hair and skincare, I use all their skincare products. I use all their hair care products and so forth. I use their body wash, their skincare, their hair care. This is not paid advertisement. They're not asking me to do this. I'm just telling y'all that if you go to top to bottom hair and skincare store, and you may be looking for some body wash, some hair care product, skincare product, and it's all organic, you might want to shop there. You might want to check them out. Top to bottom hair and skincare store. But yes. Joshua said, he said they only hate my guns because they're black. Oh man. They keep talking about gun violence in the land. My thing is this. Show me a gun that has a personality. Show me a gun that gets up and walks. Show me a gun that gets up and that talks. See, y'all don't understand simplicity. People are violent, not the gun. Because if you take away the guns, they're going to use a knife. You take away the knife, they're going to use a hammer. You take away the hammer, they're going to find something else. People that have violent intentions is going to find a weapon. They don't care what type of weapon they use. They'll take a car and start running you over with it if they got bad intentions. You can't blame the gun. You got to blame the person. Honestly, I have no thoughts on Israel. And that's real talk. Alfredo, God bless you. Welcome. I have no real thoughts on Israel. I don't understand so why would I get guns and not have a bullets? And why don't you go get a car and don't put no tires on it? Now that statement right there, Fort Lauderdale D said, if you like guns so much, keep it, don't have no bullets for it. All right, so that's just like somebody buying a car and don't have no tires for it. That's the stupid. It's funny, but it doesn't make sense. And that's my point, Joshua. You're absolutely right. Most people, it ain't just, listen, I want y'all to go look up how many people die by way of fist. Just go look up the fist, the hand. Go look up how many people die by way of fist. So should we just start cutting hands off when people are born? Because you got more control over what your hand does. You got more control over what your hand does. That gun is useless until I pick it up and use it. That gun is useless until I pick it up and use it. So when people start talking about guns, first of all, for the most part, I can tell you that most people don't have a clue what guns are about. Because the person, let's say Fort Lauderdale. All right, so here's a question to you. Let's say you live in Fort Lauderdale. Let's just say where you live at, right? What would you do if the government right now decided to come and take you into a concentration camp and enslave you? How would you defend yourself? Fort Lauderdale, how would you stop the government from forcing you in slavery right now? Here's my question to you. If the government was to decide to come enslave you right now, how are you going to stop them? Holy Ghost, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Where you going to run to? We're talking about the government. They got helicopters. They got all types of stuff to find you. Where you going to run to? Now, I can't read that because Kumar. I think it's Kumar. But fight back, he said. I agree with that. Henry Taylor said, and they come for the vaccinated, I'm minding my business. Michael. All right, so here's my point to that. Now, I think you think they can just do that. They're going to outgun you. Here's the thing. This is the reason why you ain't supposed to let the government know what you have. This is exactly why the Second Amendment is written the way the amendment is written, and you're not supposed to let the government know what you have. This is the reason why we're not supposed to have all of this stuff that we're doing. Because the United States of America, the people rule, not government. Here's where y'all missing it at. United States Constitution says the people rule, not government. The government is not supposed to know what you're doing. You're supposed to know everything that the government is doing. So therefore, if you let the government dictate what you can and cannot have, you've already surrendered to them. You've already surrendered to the government once you let them know let them decide what you can and cannot have to defend yourself against them. This is the reason why we have a Second Amendment. It has nothing to do with protecting yourself from criminals. That's what the politicians tell you. Why? Because they want you to keep saying we want common sense gun laws, so you can backtrack off of that and keep letting them make decisions on what you can and cannot have. And therefore, when they come to actually do what they want to do, slave you wise, they can do it easily because you have no way to defend yourself. Because you thought they were doing it. You thought they was doing it in the best interest of you. You know who's the best person to protect you besides God? Is you. And those that actually in your corner and love you. That's the reason why you're supposed to keep and bear arms. So you have a way to defend yourself against government tyranny, not criminals. That's just a byproduct of it. What's up, Dirty Money? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Donald says, what does the tyrannical government look like? It looked like what we saw with COVID. When they was forcing people to get vaxxed. And it amazes me how much people say they don't trust government, but then they make decisions and let government be their protection. The very same people say they don't trust government, but then they turn around and let the very same government be their protection. I'm dead serious. They say out of their mouth they don't trust this. They don't like. All right, let's say for those that's on this live that don't trust the Trump administration. If you don't trust the Trump administration right now, why would you not take advantage of the right to keep it bear on, just in case Trump becomes what y'all keep saying he's going to be, was a dictator? So if y'all know that Trump was going to be a dictator, why wouldn't you not take advantage of the right to keep and bear arms just in case he decided to be a dictator? I'm just saying. He said, if they want me, they're going to get me. Not without a fight. That's the difference. If they want me, that's fine. I'm okay with losing. I'm okay with losing. My thing is not without a fight. That's the difference. And for all of the melanated or black people, whatever way you want to say, all of the ones that talk about all of the slavery moments and all that other stuff, why would you not, in this time and age, take up your right to keep and bear arms? Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Trump will be a dictator, but I don't trust nobody 100%. I don't think most politicians would try. No, I can't say that. A lot of them will try to be a dictator if they could. See, what's holding them back? Most politicians, what stops them is the fact that they know most Americans own guns, and they don't want that fight. And the other thing that holds them back is that most military personnel have family that are citizens, that they will fight to keep their citizens safe before they fight for the government if they seen the government turning tyrannical. That's the difference. But not all. Some may play the game. Not all, but some may play the game. Yeah, listen, I personally, when it comes to guns, I think that every American citizen, this is my opinion and my opinion only, and it doesn't mean that I'm right and it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. I think that every American citizen have the right to keep and bear arms. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I don't see nothing in the Constitution, and it should not be in the Constitution, that says anything otherwise. It says anything otherwise. I don't trust no person that much when it comes to my personal safety, that I will rely on you to do the right thing by me. You don't know me. So therefore, why would you even care whether I live or die? Is deploying the U.S., it all depends on why you're deploying them. I don't think it's tyrannical. It depends on why you are deploying them. Here's my point to that. If there's civil unrest and you need the military to come in and help put a stop to it, you gotta do what you gotta do. Because you don't sit back and let innocent people die. It's the same thing with criminals. If you see the murder rate in your city going out the roof and innocent people are dying, then as a government, you should at some point say that enough is enough. We need to do something about this. That don't mean go in there and kill. That mean go in there and arrest, put away the bad guys so that the good people can live a free life without being terrorized by these type of people. That's it. So my thing is this, and my thing, and here's where you have to watch that. But if you as American citizens and everybody in your community has the right to keep and bear arms, and most of y'all are there to protect each other because y'all got a tight-knit community. If the National Guard came in and they started functioning outside of their responsibility, then the armed citizens can form a militia and help put a stop to that too. See how that works? But as long as they keep individuals divided with each other, the government would always be able to have authority over you. Because y'all too busy arguing with each other over what y'all agree politically and not politically. HSLD, God bless you. Yeah, and we be fighting together. And we be fighting together. And we be fighting together. And my thing is this, is that you gotta go, you really have to go look at what was going on at the time that they wrote the Second Amendment, wrote the Constitution in general. And then you'll get a better perspective of why they wrote it. You get what I'm saying? You can't trust these politicians. Listen, look at all the money these politicians been stealing. Look at all the corruption in government. Across the board. Look at all of the corruption in government. You trust these people to be honest with and take care of your life. Yeah, okay. Anthony, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And my thing is this, is we can use DC as an example that Anthony brought up. How many people did the military kill in Washington, D.C. since they've been there? None. How many people has the military hurt since they've been there? None. Look at all of the death, how fast the death rate, murder rate, and crime rate dropped since they've been there. So if they're there and things got better, that's not a tyrannical government. That's somebody doing their job. That's somebody doing their job. What's up, Mike Sports 5? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah. Gia, AOC and Jasmine Crockett are millionaires. What business did they run to get there? How do you justify being a millionaire when your salary don't pay that much? But here's the thing, y'all. Real talk. We can have these discussions. Trump has a coin. Somebody said Trump has a coin. Yeah, I know. I got plenty of it. And I'm buying more. Actually, I bought more of that coin this morning. And here's my thing in this. We should be, as American citizens, able to have these conversations, disagree with each other, but still be okay with it. We don't have to hurt nobody because we disagree. We don't have to kill nobody because we disagree. We don't have to try to be violent against nobody to disagree. That's the reason why on my channel I say, if you got something mad or evil or hateful you want to say it to me. I'm okay. I can handle it. I can handle it. That's why it doesn't bother me when people come into my channel and call me names and stuff like that. Why? Because I feel like you need, if it's boggled up in you that much and you need a place to let it go and let it out, come to Ron's opinion don't matter and let it out. It's all right. It's okay. We can handle it. How much have I lost on the Trump coin? I haven't lost anything. I'm probably in my 5th time of buying. I've taken some profit. And now I'm riding out long term. So I'm just going to keep buying. I'm okay with the risk. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's right, MAGA. And my thing is this, is that as it relates to investing, if you're not willing to lose it, don't invest it. Ryan voted for Kamala. I wouldn't hell to the nizzo. Hell to the nizzo. Never in a million years would I vote for Kamala Harris. It was Trump over here all day, every day. Trump. Now I wish I would have voted for him the first time, but I ain't know no better. Ron's a house one. Ernesto, you got to come up. Honestly, people call me that a lot. So I need you to come up with something a little bit better. Ernesto, Ron's a house one. Who wants to be a slave master? I mean, honestly speaking, if you look at the Democratic What's up, unknown opinion knowing? What's up? What's going on? I'm sorry I didn't even see you in there. God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Hey, Lorraine. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for your service. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your service. James from Australia. How you doing? God bless you. Yeah, I left the Democratic plantation a little while ago. And once I started doing my homework, like, here's the thing. I don't think the Democrat, no, they've been bad for a while. We just didn't realize it. Why do you think the hood is anti-Trump? Because the hood, well, all right, let me, Ernesto, let me tell you something. The hood is not anti-Trump. And I can tell you that for me, because I've been around a lot of people from the hood, and I'm from the hood. Personally, I'm from the hood, North Philadelphia. So the hood is not anti-Trump. If you look into Trump history, as it relates to, I'm assuming that you're saying hood, meaning African-American people. If you look at most African-American people, males especially, more especially, a lot of them like Trump. A lot of them voted for Trump. Most people that did not vote, most people that voted for Kamala Harris was females, black African-American females. Vibe said, I'm not from the hood. I'm from North Philadelphia. Born and raised, bro. Now, here's the thing. I think most people that voted for Trump, like me personally voted for Trump, I was Democrat all my life. I was Democrat all my life. And I look back and I said, what did my community benefit from voting Democrat? What did we benefit from? For almost 70 years, the conditions for African Americans in America has deteriorated to next to the worst of the worst in a lot of areas. And they all ran by Democrats. So why would I continue to keep supporting that? I don't care what they say. I can care less. I need action. That's the reason why I took another approach. I voted for Trump, and I'm getting 100% of what I voted for when I voted for Trump. Everything that Trump campaigned on, that I listened to, we got. I've gotten what I voted for 100%. I've never gotten that voting Democrat. As soon as they got in office, they disappeared, and you heard nothing else, and you got nothing out of it. So for me personally, this has been by far the most effective, beneficial vote I've ever had in my life. It has worked out better than I even anticipated. So I care less when people are mad at me. My stock account is up. The borders are closed. We don't have all these illegal crossings. People are getting shipped up out of here. They ain't supposed to be here. And so forth. Actually, we have more than two choices. What did Trump do for black people? Hey, Donald, give me a second, y'all. I know you always come in here and talking. Donald, I want you to go look up how much money the Trump administration this year alone gave to the HBCUs. How much funding they got. I mean, just go look up HBCU. Not that it should not matter skin color wise, but since you brought it up, I want you to go look that up. Because right now they've already gave to historically black colleges over $1 billion. Almost $1.5 billion. But whatever. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of Republicans neither. I go at Democrats because I was born and raised in the city of Philadelphia. I see the damage that the Democratic Party has done. But I'm not so much of a fan for Republicans. Me voting for Trump and voting down Republican Party line, is because of what Trump ran on. The rest of them, a lot of those other Republicans, I can care less. I'm not so much of a fan of Republicans as much as I was of what Trump ran on. And those other Republicans that got my vote, they only got it so that I can make sure that Trump had an easier way of getting the job done that he campaigned on. If I had to cipher through all of the Republicans local-wise, some of them wouldn't have got my vote. But I didn't see nothing on the Democratic Party side that I would want to vote for. So they beat them out just on the sake of default. But honestly, I'm not that big of a fan of a lot of these Republicans. Not all of them. But some of them I'm not a big fan of. I voted for Trump is the reason why they got my vote. That's real talk. Malik Townsend, is your girl white? No. No, she's not. And just for the record, not that I have anything against anybody skin color wise like that. I've never been with a white woman in my life. Just haven't. It's nothing personal. I just never have. It ain't that I got against nothing against nobody, nothing like that. I just never, ever in my life. I never did that. He said, oh God, Philly, your anger is justified. Just for the record, I'm not angry. I had nothing to be angry about. I might talk loud and I might voice my opinion, but honestly, there is nothing angry. I've never been, I have no reason to be angry. Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. But that's funny though. So he said, you're killing the independents. Why would you vote for him? He's killing our farms. Now, here's the thing. Again, I always go back to paying attention. The Amish do more farming in America than just about anybody. And they all voted for Trump. You know why they voted for Trump? Because they knew what the Biden administration was doing to them. Trump is liberating them right now. He's liberating farmers and actually supporting them. But I know y'all not going to understand that because y'all listen to the lies that they spew on like Facebook and stuff like that. It's okay. It's okay if you want to believe it. But honestly speaking, that's why 100% of the Amish voted for Trump, because they wanted the government out of that problem, because they were the ones trying to regulate how farming is done as opposed to letting them do it on their own. Yeah, Donald. And I need you to go look at that further. They redirected that funding that was going to illegal immigrants. I knew you was going to come with this one. That's why I was waiting on it. They redirected that money that was going to illegal immigrants. That's the part they didn't tell you. And they redirected and gave it back to the HBCUs, but they took it away from all those grants and bullcrap that they was funneling to illegal immigrants. I know exactly why I said what I said, because I knew you was going to run and grab the story like y'all always do. Y'all go grab what y'all want to grab, but don't come back with the true and whole facts. I knew you fell for exactly what I put out there, because I knew you was going to go hunt it down. I knew you was going to do it, because you're not going to tell the fact that those grants was going to illegal immigrants. That's the reason why they shifted the funds. So since they couldn't figure out who was getting and who's not getting, they just took all of it and they shifted it another way, because some people was getting what they supposed to get and illegal immigrants wasn't, and was getting what they was getting, and they wasn't supposed to be getting it. So instead of the Trump administration trying to siphon through all of that, they just said, you know what, let's just pull it all away and shifted it back to them another way. That way they can that way the people that ain't supposed to get it ain't gonna get it. And the people that is supposed to get it, and if they can prove that they're American citizens, they can go this way and get it and still get the help they need. Why? Because they born and raised in this country. I know exactly why they did it. Like I said, I knew you was going to run on that story. I knew you was going to run on. You did exactly what I knew you was going to do. Bam. I knew you was going to run on it. I knew you was going to do it. What's up, my brother Jay? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. The Factatula Show. The Factacular Show. Now Adrian said that the Amish do not vote. Listen, I'm in Pennsylvania. Adrian said the Amish do not vote. You might want to go look at the last election in the state of Pennsylvania. And while Elon Musk was hanging out in the state of Pennsylvania and escorting the Amish to the voting polls in the state of Pennsylvania, but you said the Amish don't vote. Okay. Yeah, okay. They don't, again, you keep saying that. He said, you can't vote without a social security card. Why can't you? Illegal immigrants voted without ID. When you went to the voting poll, what did they ask you for? What did they ask you for, a social security card when you voted? The Amish that voted, 100% voted for Trump. Yeah, okay. Again, you said they don't have social security cards. They voted. How did they do it? Because I watched them vote. I'm in the state of Pennsylvania. This is Amish country like crazy. I guess you don't know. And he said illegally then. I guarantee you it wasn't illegal. That's the reason why the state of Pennsylvania flipped red, because of the Amish. Total red. See, we are a swing state. Pennsylvania's a swing state. But because the Amish in America, in Pennsylvania, was done wrong by the Biden administration, they decided they was going to start voting. And they voted for Trump in droves. Why? Because the Biden administration was trying to deregulate how they form. They was coming in trying to control how they form. And they wasn't having it no more. So that's why they went and voted. And by the hundreds of thousands, they voted for Trump. It's not illegal. That's my whole point. You're assuming they don't have social security numbers. You assuming. You make an assumption. Unless you Amish, you don't know. Yeah, I'm selling dolphins. The level of idiocy is amazing to me. Again, then go look up and go find out, go do your homework. Since it matters that much to you, how many Amish voted for Trump? Since it matters that much for you, go find out how many Amish voted for Trump. I'm on my phone. I can't show you. I'm on my phone. Again, they voted for Trump in droves. They voted for Trump in droves. No, I'm not a veteran. I got much respect for him, but I am not a veteran. All right, so Factacular put up a YouTube connection. I don't know what that is, but again, like I said, I live in the state of Pennsylvania. I watched them go to the polls. I was like, wow, I've never seen Amish vote. Well, the Factacular Show put up on YouTube, so y'all click that, y'all can find out. But again, I live in the state of Pennsylvania. We have a lot of Amish up here. And here's my point. That's why I laugh at them. They can say what they want to say. I live in the state of Pennsylvania. Lancaster, Pennsylvania is like Amish country. I go through Lancaster all the time. Somebody said, what type of Amish rifle? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I ain't Amish. Well, the one AR is chambered in 458 SOCOM, and the other one is chambered in 556. The one right behind my head is chambered in 458 SOCOM. Y'all funny. This is hilarious. Now it says people dressed up like this. See, you see how? Yeah, I love my country. And for those that don't, I mean, if you feel as though you hate America, then go find somewhere else. That's better. I don't understand why people say they hate a country and they got allegiance to another country. If you feel the allegiance to another country, then why you don't go there? Like, I never understood that. Like, if you hate a country, listen, I was a stupid one that said that out of my own mouth at one point. I can tell you years ago, I've said, man, I don't like this country. I think this country is racist. But then one day I had to actually stop and check myself. Like, bro, you in your 30s. How many times have you experienced racism for real? I said, how many times have you actually experienced racism? Now, have I ever experienced racism? Yeah. But it was so rare. It was extremely rare. I've had cars break down more in my lifetime than I experienced racism. That's the point. I've had so many things happen in my life, by far more than I experienced racism. And I'm not saying America don't have racist people. It do. But I'm not giving them no energy. You want to be racist? Go ahead. That's your choice. I'm not giving them no energy. Simple as that. My first allegiance is to God, number one. But my thing is this. My first allegiance is always to God. But here's the thing. My second allegiance is to my family. But my house is located in America. So if I don't take care of America, how is that help beneficial to my home? If I don't love my country and my home is sitting on my country land, then how does that make sense? How does that make sense? Cost of living, my brother said cost of living is the main reason why people leave America and go other places. And he might be right. And he might be right. And I'm explaining to you why they do that. Now, I ain't going to say about them doing it, but I'm explaining to you why most Americans have financial hardship. It's because soon as you get out of school or while you in school, they teach you how to spend. Buy. Run up debt. That's what happens. And the vast majority of Americans fall for that. They go buy their car, they finance it. They go get that phone, they finance it. They go run up all of it. They go to college and they finance it. They run up all of this debt. And now they're a slave to it. And that's why they were upset. Because the cost of living is expensive, but you made all these choices to run up all these debts. And now you got to face them and you don't want to. The minute I found out that it would cost me to go to college and I ain't had the money to go, guess what? I ain't go. Because I couldn't afford to go. But financially, I'm doing okay. Why? Because I don't fall for that trap. School don't teach you about finances. They teach you to be smart enough to work for somebody. They don't teach you financially literacy on the... Here's the thing. If you knew that the first time you start getting some income, the first thing you should do is to create assets, not liabilities. That's the first thing you're supposed to do. When you start getting some money, you're supposed to start creating assets. Maximize your assets, minimize your liability. You would always be above inflation. But the school did not tell you that. The school did not tell you that. Because the government is not interested in that many entrepreneurs. They're interested in the labor force. They're interested in a labor force. Now, if you do come up with a concept or a business idea or something like that, they might help you come along. Why? Because if you're just successful at creating a business or some type of manufacture, something like that, they might incentivize you to go on with that. But that's what that's going to do. Create more jobs so that they have a bigger labor force. That's my point. But when y'all got out of school, you went and got that mortgage. You went and got that car. And you financed and you ran up all these credit cards. And no one taught you how to be responsible and go invest your money or go get property and rent it out or something like that to create assets that brings in income and minimize your liabilities. Therefore, you will always be above inflation and everybody else will be paying for your lifestyle. Exactly. Passive income. As we speak right now, I'm making money. And it has nothing to do with YouTube. As I speak right now, I'm making money. And it has nothing to do with YouTube. But most of the people that's on my live, and I'm going to be out of here soon, they come here and they do all the rhetoric and stuff. I do investments. I do my live sometimes, and I talk about investing. I talk about stocks and stuff like that. I have my own way of doing it. I don't try to tell people to do it my way. I just talk about what I do. And when I do my investments that way, I'll get a very handful of people that will come in and say, okay, this and that. They're not interested in bettering their life financially. You know what they're interested in? Drama. Arguing, drama, rhetoric, and all that type of stuff. That's all they're interested in. The minute you start talking about investing, finances, being responsible, maximizing your assets, minimizing your liabilities, or anything like that related, they ain't even trying to hear that conversation. And you know what? As a wise man, I'm going to give you what you asked for. And the handful that do come that way, I'm going to give them what they asked for. And I'll let their choices sort out their results. That's it. I'll let their choices sort out their results. And I'm going to do me no matter what. What's up, Jim Smith? Just talk about guns, weirdo. Just talk about guns. I mean, here's the thing. Say what you want to say. But again, I benefit because I invest all the time. When I invest in the mortgage company. I don't worry so much about the mortgage. I invest in the gas companies. That way I'm always getting money back from the gas. I invest in everything I can put my hands into. That way I got income coming back to me from all sources. Meanwhile, everybody, they're out there. Listen, I own money. I own stock in Bank of America. So every time they write a mortgage, I'm getting paid. I own stocks in most banks. Every time they write mortgages and they're making money, I'm making money. Mad at me all you want to. If you invest first and let your investments take care of your lifestyle, finances be one of the fewer worries you will have. But see, because people like drama and they like arguing and all this unproductive conversation, when I have a productive conversation, it's a handful of people, and that's fine. I don't care if it's 1,000 people on these live. I don't care if it's 2. I still do what I do, and I never stop. Because if one person gets something out of it, it's a blessing to me. Real talk. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. They will sit there and make fun of all these people, but they'll understand something. Most of the shareholders don't have them type of education that they can. Oh, you're uneducated. Yeah, okay. Say what you want to say. I'm quite sure that most of the hospitals that the doctors work to, the doctors have a degree, but guess who don't? The owners. The owners don't have doctor degrees. United Health owners don't have doctor's degrees. The doctors have doctor's degrees. The owners don't have that. Because they're shareholders. They're making money off of everybody. And the doctor is still paying that debt back to get that doctor's degree. Meanwhile, the owners don't have none of that, and they making money every time you turn around. They're killing it. Whatever. And I'm not saying don't go be a doctor. That's what you want to be, go be it. God bless you. I have no problem with somebody going to college. You want to go to college? Go be it. Go do it. I have no beef with none of that. But understand, all of that stuff come with cost. That's all I'm saying. And once you decide to take on the cost, don't get mad because you're responsible for it. That's all I'm saying. No, they don't. They just sit back, invest their money, and wait for money to come back. And that's the crazy part. The shareholders out here making tons of money while they out there in all these debts. Jeremiah Jason, is your skin color real or will it wash off in the rain? You see the immaturity in that? I'm just going to assume that whoever Jeremiah is, they're in the 2nd grade. That's what I'm just going to assume they're in the 2nd grade. Which hospital? All the ones I own shares in ones that are publicly traded, yeah. Like Medical Property Trust, they got hospitals. United Health. I own quite a few of them. I can't remember all off the top of my head, but yeah, okay, Donald. Sure. Listen, I work, say what you want to say.
I've seen some of the dumbest people come out of college I've ever seen. When I worked, I tell you what, years ago when I worked at Home Depot, we've had people come into the building that had college degrees. And I got a degree and they got a degree this. Could not do math. Could not do math. Say what you want to say. That degree didn't mean jack. They telling me they got a college degree. And I'm like, okay. Well, when we sell this carpet, you got to price it out by the square yard. They looking at me clueless. What do you mean square yards? I said, you got to, if they ask you for, I had to do a simple one. If they ask you for a 12 by 12 piece of carpet, when you write out this tag, you got to price it out in yards. See the sign right there says $9 a square yard? You got to figure out what the square yardage is. What do you mean? 12 times 12, idiot. 144 divided by 9. That's how you figure out the square yardage. Oh. And then it's the price. Square yards times the price. Straight out of college. Straight out of college. Here's the crazy part. They didn't even know how to figure out the square footage before you even got to the square yardage. And I'm not saying everybody that come out of college. But you throwing your degrees in my face. You throwing your degrees in my face telling me how you got a degree. But yet I'm here teaching you how to figure out square yardage. A high school teaching a college student how to figure out square yardage. You paid for your education. Mine was free. Yeah, okay. Real talk. But anyway, before I get off this live, a couple things I want to tell y'all. Number one, check out my brother Fat Tatula Show. Please like and subscribe his channel. Go visit his channel and subscribe to his channel. The other thing I want to tell y'all is please check out top to bottom hair and skincare products. I use them. I use it. I use my Afro Magic. It's not called Afro Magic, but that's what I call it. But make sure y'all check out top to bottom hair and skincare products. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. All of their products are organic, American made. They put a whole lot of care and concern of the product that they make. I use their body wash. I use their hair, what I call Afro Magic. I use their skincare products. I buy their candles. I buy a vast majority of items from their store. So if you on this live, please check out top to bottom hair and skincare store. Make sure y'all check them out. I'm not telling y'all what to buy, but go check out the store. Go check out her channel. When I tell you that this is by far the best hair care and skincare product I've ever had in my life, and I mean it, real talk. This is real talk. Before I get off of here, and I'm just saying in general, I don't tell people how to spend their money, whatever the case may be, but I definitely use their product. I use their skincare product. I use their hair care product. I got candles from them, and I have been 100% satisfied with all my purchases. Not just me, but I'm talking about my relatives, and I'm speaking for them too. So if you're looking for hair care product or skincare product, believe me when I tell you, you might want to go check out top to bottom hair and skincare. Go to their YouTube channel. The link to their store is in their channel. I have the app downloaded on my phone now, and that's how when I get ready to reorder, I reorder that way. And that's real talk. Sid, I don't have hair. Well, if you got a beard, they sell beard oils and stuff like that too. So check out the store, and plus they sell candles. I mean, like I said, and Joyce Art says she's second that. I use that product. Joyce used that product. And we have a lot of people that we've done testimony of people that use that product one time. We did a live with the people testifying. And believe me when I tell you, the only way you're going to know is to try it. And that's what I did. I tried their product. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to give them a shot because I had issues with, like, my hair. I used to itch a lot. And I was scratching, itching all the time. And that's what I call it Afro Magic, but it's herbal infusion that they have. And the hair grease and all the other stuff wasn't working for me. So I decided I'm going to give it a shot and ordered that. And did it not solve my problem? I have no more itching. And here's the thing. I haven't put none in my hair in 3 days. And I'm still not itching. Now, when I get off this live and I get out that shower and then I'm going to then use it. But here's the thing. I haven't used it in 3 days and I'm still not itching. But if you have a beard, Sid, or you might have a family member that have, or you got skin issues or whatever. Doesn't matter. Believe me when I tell you, check out Top to Bottom, subscribe to the channel, go look through their channel, look at their product. Oh, you have a beard? There you go. They make beard oils. I know somebody now that use their beard oil, and when I tell you, it has extremely increased their beard oil. Matter of fact, if you go to their channel, you'll be able to see one of the person, which is I think out the pit. He uses their beard oil, and he loves it. I don't get what you're saying. I don't get no money from. I don't know what you mean by it'll make me money. Whatever. Jason, thank you for that. Appreciate you. Yeah, I love my background. Yeah, like I said, I use it. I use the coconut buttercream cluster. I use that on my skin. I use the infusion hair herbal stuff I use in my hair. I call it Afro Magic, but it's not called that. But yeah, and then my lady, she uses a lot of the stuff. She uses a lot of the stuff there. Most of the stuff, some of the stuff I bought for me, my lady stole it, but she uses a lot of their stuff. She used to make this a lot of the stuff similar to what Top to Bottom is doing. She was very familiar with the product, the ingredients. Excuse me, I'm just gotta get that out. She was familiar with the ingredients. And what she did was, when she started looking at the ingredients, she was like, oh, I don't have to make it no more. I could just buy their stuff, save me a whole lot of trouble. And what she said was, she said, now I don't have to go and make all of this stuff and try to make all this stuff. She said, all of the stuff that they use in their product is exactly what I've been using for years. And she's in her 50s. And I kid you not, if you looked at her skin, you would think she was 35 if she did not tell you her age. So that's why she switched and started using Top to Bottom. She was like, now I don't have to make this stuff myself. Not that everything is exactly how they make it, but it has the ingredients that she would normally want to use. And she was like, now I could just order their product. Because it don't have no toxics in there, and that's what she didn't want. A whole bunch of toxic stuff in her product. So if you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. But I just wanted y'all to get an idea of Top to Bottom hair and skincare. Believe me when I tell you, there's a lot of us that use their product. I'm just talking about it right now. But there's a whole lot of people in there, and we're all satisfied. And that's why we talk about it. Every once in a while, we bring it up and we let people know. So if you're on this live, please check out Top to Bottom hair and skincare. All you gotta do is click there, follow her channel. The link to the store is in her in her channel. So if you go to on YouTube, Top to Bottom hair and skincare, if you click the link that's in the chat, and you can just go view the channel, follow the channel, and then you'll be able to check out the store at your own leisure. How long I've been sick? I'm not really sick, Donald. It's just what I do sometimes. I get mucus build up and I had to get rid of it. I don't swallow it. I get rid of it. What's up, MT? Hello, Samuel and Jackson. I'm a big fan. Yo, y'all, some of y'all are hilarious. I appreciate it. But outside of anything and everything I say, again, hit the like button, subscribe button. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's gonna linger longer than that, Donald. Honestly, the problem. All right, here's my problem with that, Donald. This is real talk. The problem why it doesn't go away is because My stupid behind won't stay away from dairy long enough. That's me. So it's kind of what I do, but it's also about, I gotta, if I stay away from the dairy long enough, it probably would go away. But I like cream in my coffee. Sorry. But I'm getting ready to get up out of here. And like I always say, outside of that, let's all come together. We don't have to agree with each other. We don't have to like each other, but let's all come together and make sure we loving each other, man. Let all that hate and anger go. It ain't that serious. It is that serious a little bit, but it ain't that serious enough to want to hurt and shoot and kill and damage people. You know what I mean? It's not that serious. We got to have fun with this. You know what I mean? And love each other as much as possible. And that's real talk. Make sure you have a relationship with God. And if you don't know how to love, Jesus will teach you how to love. He'll give you a heart to want to love people in spite of. And he'll help us all through all of that. But at the end of the day, y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here. Peace!